This is Chandler Waller for Boxing Social in association with Betfred. I'm delighted to be joined by Barry Jones. Barry, we've just witnessed...
You good?
Yeah, I'm all good, thank you. Just witnessed Dubois' second round stoppage victory over Kiyotaro Fujimoto. What did you make of his performance?
Well, let's be honest, it was predictable. And when the guy came in the ring, you thought, it was only going to be a matter of time. And that's the truth. But the right hand to finish it was a hell of a shot. It really was. And the jab that put him down. People forget that with Dubois' jab, it's like a right hand. Because his front foot and his hand, they move together in unison. So he puts all his weight in that left hand. So it sets him up for everything. I mean, he puts him on the back foot, puts him under pressure. But when he threw that right hand, Fujimoto was throwing at the same time, or went to throw, and Dubois seeing it, tying it perfectly, short right hand, and wow, what a shot. I mean, you have that sort of finishing power, then you're a threat and you have a claim to any title. Let's be honest. As Deontay Wilder has shown, when you have that real chilling power, then it don't matter if you get no box or whatever. You have that, you always got a chance. And I think Dubois is coming on nicely. I really do.
Do you think it was the right type of performance? The second round, it was kind of like a statement, like you were saying. It kind of seemed like he needed to do that with the unknown quantity of his opponent. With
an opponent like that, what I've seen of this guy, and to be honest, and where you think Dubois is going, yes. If that goes 8-9 rounds and he gets the stoppage and it's a bit of a grueling affair, then you paint it up to be he books a guy in the top 13 in the world, blah blah blah. But in reality, you go, it's disappointing really. But he never. And it's when you're going boxing against guys who are below you, the levels below you, which happens all the time in everyone's career. If you're a boxer, you dance rings around them. If you're a puncher, you knock him out. And that's all you can ask, and that's what he did.
Joe Joyce, do you reckon we'll see that fight next? He's obviously got a challenge ahead of him in Marco Hook, but should he come through that? We could be seeing this in the first quarter.
You'd like to think so for us fans, but also I'm a little bit sceptical of the fact that they can both maybe get a world title fight. So especially in this era, why would you want to take that risk? It's a risk for both. It really is, because Joyce is like a machine. He's slow and he looks easy to hit, but he's so physically strong and can fight at such a high pace that if you can't put him to sleep, you might gas out. And he can bang a bit as well. Let's be fair. And under Adam Booth now, he might get a little bit more to his game as well. Because the time to work together, the time to gel. So if he gets a bit more bounce in his step, then he becomes more of a lethal weapon. I'd like to think so, but I wouldn't hold my breath, to be honest. But he'll walk through Hook at this stage of Hook's career and the size difference. I think he walks through Hook in January in impressive fashion away from home. I really do.
I think that's well said. I think obviously the boxing fan probably comes out in me where it's like we want to see them two fight now. And would you not say that it's also the best time for them to fight? There's the WBO mandatory with Alexander Usyk for Anthony Joshua, and then there's Kubrat Pulev, and then Deontay Wilder's going to be fighting Fury at least probably 2 more times next year.
But also, some of these titles can be split up quite easily, and then there's vacant titles. So the things can happen in the climate of boxing, especially heavyweight boxing. Things can change in a week, in a day. We've seen that with Joshua losing to Ruiz the first time. All of a sudden, things have stood in their head. So things can change quickly. So you want to be there or thereabouts. And losing puts you back a little bit, and that's a risk. But to be honest, I'd like to see it happen. It might happen. You never know. I generally think Frank Warren wants it to happen. I know Sam Jones is supremely confident that Joyce will walk right through Dubois. And Frank rates Dubois. To be fair, Frank Warren from the beginning had been saying Dubois is the real deal, and I think Frank would chuck him in with anybody. Maybe not Tyson Fury, but I think almost anyone else. So it might happen. Let's hope it do.
And also there was Liam Williams' 5th round stoppage of Alantez Fox. Great fight, great finish by Liam Williams.
I thought he was great, Liam Williams. Like I've said, he's looked fantastic, he really has. I was always worried, people were raving about being world class, and I always said, but he's only beat domestic level. He's looked great doing it, but that's just the facts. But this fight, he's boxing a guy who's been at world level, though he got lost, but he didn't disgrace himself against Andrade. And he walked right through him, and with composure and maturity in his work, and he looked fantastic. And I think at the world stage now, tonight he arrived for me, in my opinion. They would probably think he arrived fights ago, but for me, in my opinion, he arrived tonight. And I think he's good enough to win a world title. But Andretti's very good, but he deserves his shot. And I wouldn't fancy fighting him, put it that way.
Just one more quick question. Don't worry, it won't take you too long to answer. Or at least I hope not. Yeah, sorry. Fighter of the year and fight of the year.
The fight of the year for me is Inoue Donaire. Fighting in the UK is Prograis and Taylor. British fight of the year is Josh Taylor, because I love him, first there. And fight of the year got to be Inoue for me. I know people say Alvarez, but there's some question marks over Alvarez, to be honest, of the way he's lived his life. But for me, Inoue, beating Donaire and the way he's blitzed through people, he's been a revelation. He really has.
Okay, well, Barry Jones, thank you very much for speaking to myself and Boxing Social, and have a Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, mate. Cheers. Thank you.